What up, guys? How's it going? Long time no see. So let me turn this down a little bit. All right. So I haven't streamed in a long time, and I got a lot going on in my life.
Let's show Ebon he's messing with the wrong ones.
But I definitely wanted to take this time to first off say thank you guys throughout the years. I appreciate it tremendously. Oh snap!
Such a satisfying sound.
Guess I don't have to do that one.
Running scared.
But one of the biggest things,
no matter how many,
is
fearsome or not,
my life has taken a big turn in a lot of ways. So I'm heading back to Germany in a few weeks. I'm back in the States, and once I get back over there, a lot of things will be, changing. My world has changed dramatically. Like my life is very portable, and I'll check the comments and stuff as I'm going through all this. So I'm just trying to keep up. I don't know how many people are going to stop in, if they do, or if they'll watch this later. I have no idea. But my lineage gives me the opportunity to oh snap. Okay, hold on. Oh shit. Still gotta kill the other thing too. Okay, select. Alright, let me queue up that other. I need to do the raid too. This is an alt. Anyways, been playing this. It just gives me, I can do it pretty quick. So, well, my replays came in today. Anyhow, so a lot of things in my world have changed, and I'm going to be becoming a dual citizenship. Germany just passed its law where now you can have dual citizenship. So, and I do have an apartment in Baden-Württemberg, the state in Germany, and my lineage allows me to become a German citizen because my family is from Germany, and if people don't know, I am a descendant of the Holy Roman Empire. So, which I'm still finding out a lot about because, it's just nuts. But my family is from Baden-Württemberg, specifically. I mean, my family's from everywhere, actually. I'm also Russian. So, didn't know I was Russian until recently either. So, and hopefully one day after the war ends, I can go visit Russia, because that's part of who I am. But I will be living in Germany. My grandfather wanted us to go back to Deutschland. Now, the biggest thing about this is, my background is my education through my grandfather, and that is economics. That's one thing that got me into gaming, because when I lost my career, I became a tester, and then unfortunately, well, it's actually good because I got to meet a lot of you guys. So, but I became a content creator, but I was a tester for gaming companies. And the only reason I became a content creator was the misconception that, oh my god, you can't do that. You can't be a Nightblade healer. Oh my god, you can't be a DK healer. Oh my god, you cannot do this. This is all wrong. That's not how this game works. No, this is how the game works. This is intentionally designed to do this. And no one believed me, so what did I have to do, guys? I had to prove it, right? And that's anything in life, but what have I always told you guys? Question everything. don't believe me, do it for yourself.
Almost got
And the reason I've always said that is because that's how my grandfather taught me. My grandfather would say, I don't want you to believe me. Your position in this world is to question everything, including yourself. Because if you can't question yourself, then you'll never truly learn. And of course, he taught me how to disseminate information as a kinder, as a boy, you know, as a child. Kinder means child. And I was fortunate because we were very close, and then I lost him, and then my world went upside down. Now, the biggest thing is, and I'm just putting this out here, I was a Trump supporter in the first term. But he crossed the line with me because of my heritage. Because my grandfather was like, we weren't there, but our people committed acts of atrocity because they believed a lie. But what's even worse is they use propaganda and they use rhetoric to justify all of these things. So those are red flags. Those are warning signs. Warning signs. They use the word red flag. Warning signs that you need to be on the lookout for. Because if you don't think it can't happen here, you would be wrong. And he's like, but you're going to do what our family has always done. You're going to stand up. Because we believe in democracy. Little did I know what he was trying to tell me all along. I'm descended from the imperial family. My house dissolved the Holy Roman Empire. Why? For the belief of democracy. We came here prior to the fall of the empire, what was left of the empire. The Holy Roman Empire was actually dissolved prior to World War I. But, you know, my family had problems fighting amongst each other, and eventually it was going to whatever. So, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of that. You know, I unfortunately have a face that's about 1,000 years old. And, yeah, I'm chewing on it. I can't denounce what I am, but I believe in democracy. And when Trump used rhetoric from Mein Kampf, I was done supporting him. Because he went up somewhere that I will never go. I will never accept it. The biggest thing about this is I always ask people, take a look, man. I see a lot of people from South America say, we support Trump. That's interesting because Trump's building a wall. You came over illegal, right? Yeah. And what do you think that wall's for? You support the man who's trying to kick you out and keep you out? Good to know. Oh, you know, you're, you know, whatever, and, you know, he's trying to, you know, get rid of gay marriages and all that. Okay, that's cool. I mean, if you're gay and you support him and he's trying to get rid of your rights as to get married, hey, man, that's more power to you. You all can do what you want. You have that right. I just find it funny that the same people who are against those things are supporting the man who's trying to erase your, you know, a right to be here, or right to do this, or right to do that. Okay. I mean, there wasn't a wall built, right? That didn't happen. Oh, there wasn't. None of those things happened, right? Good to know. So let me check the comments. Hunter, turn the game volume down a bit. Oh, yeah, got you. I can do that. But, these guys are always playing around in here. Audio. We'll turn that one off. Oh, shit. But yeah, so, it's crazy to me that, you know, people want to go ahead and whatever, but you know, I'm not gonna stand by and let this shit fly without speaking my piece.
Looks like we're here. Apocalypse.
I'm not.
Besides terrarium.
It's just not happening.
Terrarium? Really strange word.
Who cares? We're taking him down and finally rescuing those bang babies.
Stay focused, young ones.
I'll play support. We got heals. But...
That's basically what I just said, Icon.
Overload his systems, and he will be
Anyways,
defensive. You can do this.
Yeah, so what I'm always going to ask you guys to do, I don't want you to believe me. I'm always going to say that. I'm always going to say those things, right? I'm always going to tell you guys to do it for yourselves. Do it for yourselves. Don't do it because it's popular. Don't believe the rhetoric. Don't believe the bullshit. Look how many times they said, "Oh, Nightblades can't heal. Oh, DKs can't heal. Oh, you know, Templars can't tank. This, and that." How many times have we heard it? How many times? And every time I've done something, I have done what? Proven them wrong. And I've always still said, just because you see me doing it, doesn't mean I don't want you to do it for yourself. And that's what I'm asking you now to do. Do it for yourself.
Yes.
Do it for yourself.
Start by drawing out your inner fears.
You owe it to yourself. I posted a thing on social media where I said, you know, real monsters aren't under beds or hiding in closets. The real monsters we should be scared of are the ones hiding within ourselves. You know, that's who the monsters are. We all can be the monsters. You know? And I mean, you take a look at it. In World War II, how many soldiers were just doing what they were ordered to do, right? Oh, I didn't agree with it, but orders are orders, right? Oh, well, I don't agree with everything that this person says, but you know what? If you're always going to make the justification, then you're still guilty for not saying anything otherwise. Like, there's a lot of things I don't agree with that people do in their own lives. You know, there's a lot of things in people's personal lives that they do in their lives that I might not agree with. But that doesn't mean that it's not my life. It's their life. That I don't have a right to dictate to anybody how to live their life. Right? I don't. And that's always been kind of my thing, the way I look at it. You know? And I wish my grandfather would have lived to see, because the dream was a reunified to return home under a reunified Germany, under democracy. But he died prior to the wall. And I really do wish he would have lived to see it. But now I'm making this journey home, right? I'm going back to our ancestral home. And the biggest thing about this is, I want people to believe in the demo. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things that are not perfect in this world, right? And I agree that politicians should not be lobbied. They should have term limits. I believe in all of these things, right? And most people do. But and the politicians are never going to do it. Why? Because it'd be cutting their own throat, and that's a problem. And that does need to be addressed. So I agree with people that there are problems, but I am not going to, you know, align with a man who uses rhetoric from Hitler and say, oh, you know, yeah, it's fine, you know. I would never do that. Look at the interview with Barbara Walters and Donald Trump when he was younger. He openly admits he owned a copy of Mein Kampf. He's like, yeah, of course. What? And she's like, don't you find that to be a little, you know, suspicious or odd? Well, owning a copy isn't. Using material from it is. And there's not a damn person, there's not one Trump supporter who can tell me, oh, he did not do that. Bullshit. You can't tell me that. Because that's what I was raised to look out for. Why do you think he uses red for the MAGA? What color was the swastikas? Red. So what's the MAGA hat? Oh, we're going to make America great again. Well, I think there was another man who tried to make Germany great again. You know. I mean, Hitler was locked up prior to getting elected. And now Donald Trump's just facing these legal problems and he's getting more support. Yay. I mean, look at it. It's the witch hunt. It doesn't sound familiar. None of this shit sounds familiar. None of it. Bullshit. It all does. It all's familiar. We've danced to this tune once or twice in history. I'm just not supporting it. And if you want to, that's, hey, your prerogative. You know, let your conscience be your guide if you have one. But I'll never will. Not anymore. I did.
You will
I did.
fail.
Stop
did.
playing Desaad.
I supported the man at first.
Those snake bangs you're rocking.
Because I didn't
that
vote a
forehead
moral
looking
man,
real
and the man's
sweaty,
not
Desaad.
moral. He's been married 3 times, and his dick somehow found his way into a fucking porn star during his 3rd marriage. Yeah, I mean, he's just the shining example of morality. You know? I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't vote for a moral man. I knew I didn't vote for a moral man. So do I believe all this shit that's been said about him? Absolutely. He's, you know, it was right there. Absolutely. But then he claims German heritage and yet uses tax loopholes. Like, what? You know, a big thing for Germans is usually they want to pay taxes, not avoid them. What are you talking about, dude? You're claiming German heritage and yet you're avoiding taxes? Well, that's a little awkward. You know, but you know, whatever, man. Like I said, I personally, I'm not going to do what the popular crowd is doing. I'm not going to go ahead and fold my ways and say, oh my God, I should be doing what everybody else wants to do and just kiss everybody's goddamn ass who refuses to see it. Okay, what the fuck? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a Biden supporter. Okay, I would rather have Lassie in the office rather than Trump. You know. I'm just saying. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm never going to support the man ever again. And then, you know, he's, you know, making people question the democratic process. Well, okay, that's fine. Now you want to go ahead and go there? Okay, well, what's next? Let's say he gets reelected. Was it rigged? If he gets reelected, is it rigged? If he gets elected, was it rigged? Or if he doesn't get elected, it's obviously rigged. I mean, come on, man. Come on, people. I'm really tired of it. I'm really sick of this bullshit. The double standards, the bullshit. Then there's these freaks out there like blah 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 blah. These neo-Nazi bitches. And I can't stand it. You know how many times I grew up and I was hearing jokes like, oh, look, it's a Nazi because, you know, I have German features. I'm like, well, first thing, I'm not a Nazi. Yeah, I'm Deutsch, you know, congratulations on the observation, but I'm not a Nazi. So, yeah, whatever. My family wasn't there. My family actually served. My grandfather, his uncle, both served in the military during the war. But hey, man. For the U.S. But, you know, it's all good. But, yeah, I'm not, I believe in democracy. I don't believe in imperialism. I come from imperialism. That's my family's roots, obviously. But, you know, I mean, the biggest thing about it is we believe in a democratic process in my family, and I'm going to do whatever I can to help defend that. And if that's waking up a few people to say, hey man, I don't want you to believe me, I don't want you to believe anything, then what? I mean, disseminate the information. That's another thing I had to learn as a boy, was learning how to disseminate. Why? Because everybody has a biased perspective. Everybody. There's not a person in this world without a biased perspective. And you guys know me, man. You might have an argument. I'm up for debates. I always am.
How
But
did you overcome
I always
when
relate my
Terrarium's
life
best?
as I do with my
Your stuff was
gaming.
freaky, but not freaky enough. Wait,
I'm going
that
to
did
do
not
it
sound right.
for
It's
myself.
You and us now.
I'm going to
decide.
show people
Fine.
why I do it this
I
way.
will show you what it
And
is
then
to be
I
the
let
master of
that
pain.
inspire them to do what they want to do. Not what I'm doing, what they want to do. Why? Because I did something that wasn't popular, that wasn't accepted, or that was never going to be meta, or wasn't going to be best in slot at the time, or wasn't going to be, or wasn't. You know, I never conformed. And that's what I'm never going to be about. I'm never going to
The very
conform.
nature of reality here is mine to control.
So, if you want to be a conformist and you want to be, you know, because I told my friends on Facebook and stuff, you guys are worse than sheep. You're conformist scumbags. What do you think the Nazis were? They were conformists. The people justifying their shit. Oh, well, we don't want their kind here. And oh, well, the system is, oh, well, you know.
The very nature of
You know,
reality here
I
is
had
mine.
no problem until they started bringing out dumb shit like, oh, we should be worried about Marxism. What? What are you talking? What? What are you talking about? Marxism? You know, that's a theory,
fate
right?
that
Of
awaits
economic
you.
transition. It's not What?
You will succumb.
I heard so much bullshit during this. Red flags just flying everywhere. I'm like, nope, I'm so done with this party. You know, oh, you're woke. I'd rather be awake than asleep because you motherfuckers are asleep as some. And you know, we should just dictate to people how to live their lives. You know, hey man, hey, it's cool if 2 women are bisexual, but we definitely don't want any homosexuality. You know, but dudes should definitely be able to sleep with 2 women, man. That's cool. Anything else is just, you know, wrong. You know. You know, that's just all sorts of wrong. We're not hypocrites. No. We're totally, it's totally normal. Whatever, man. I always say, man, it's their lives. Let them. Why is it going to offend me? How people are going to live their life going to offend me? I might not agree with it on a personal level, but I don't let that shit bother me. Oh wait, you identify as whatever? I don't care how you identify. I don't give a fuck. You know? Oh, you want to use another restroom and not this one? Well, we have a private bathroom right here. Go ahead and use that. You can't use the public one. You're special. So, you know, go use a private restroom. Whatever. I don't care. You know, I don't care. I don't let things like that get under my skin.
Then I'll make sure to have a fresh cut when the time comes.
So, but yeah. So there it is.
I could have done it without you.
Oh, we know you couldn't have. Ain't that
I
right?
personally
I was talking
am
to
looking
them,
at it
but
from this
you cool
perspective.
too?
Whatever, nerd.
You can do whatever you want in life. If you want to be a bigot, be a bigot.
Congratulations and a job
If
well
you want to
done.
justify
I'm
the
proud of
bullshit,
all of you.
if you think that's going to
Would have
change
gone
the
a lot
facts,
faster if you had just helped.
Sure.
But still.
but it won't.
Thanks.
It won't.
Yeah, metal tested and approved.
It won't change it.
Let us hope your
You can
confidence is well earned.
spray
You may
paint,
have
put
needed
all
your
the spray
skills
paint
sooner
over it
rather than
as
later.
much as you guys would like. It doesn't change the facts, and that's why I always never worried about what my haters on ESO or any other game was talking shit. It never bothered me. Why? Because I was doing it firsthand in front of all of you. You know? This country has always been built on a very important premise, right? And that's the Constitution. But the moment that you start questioning the democratic process is the day you lose it. When you question the democratic process is the day you're going to lose it. And who would question the democratic process? I don't know, a fascist? I mean, that would never happen, right? No, I mean, not at all. Not fucking at all. Not ever. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, man. That is all on you guys. That is all on you. How you guys want to think. How what you guys want to believe. How it applies to your life. Your life. Not other people's lives. Like I always tell people, man, that's cool, man. You got your opinion. Don't force it on me. I don't give a shit. I might agree with you on 99% of the shit. But you being combatant with it, you forcing it on other people is not acceptable. It's not. So draw your conclusions. Believe what you want to believe. You know? I'm very conservative, but at the same time, I'm not aligning with this bullshit. No way. No fucking how. It's not gonna happen, Jax. And I will voice my opinion, but I'm not gonna force my opinion. There's the difference. I can voice it, but you know what I want people to do? Think for themselves. Because I admire that. I respect that tremendously. It deserves to be respected. Everybody should be able to have an opinion. Everybody should be able to live a life. Everybody deserves a say. The moment you take that away is the moment that you are no longer supporting the democratic process.
You insignificant.
So, am I going to align with a bunch of people who want to, I don't know, hey, let's get rid of all, the illegals here. Well, wait a minute. Where does it stop then? I mean, are they citizens? Can I remind people that most Europeans do not belong here? We're not native to this land. You know, I'm just pointing that out. You know, we actually took the indigenous people, and I don't know, did worse things. Well, I wasn't here, but you know, the settlers definitely, you know, didn't help the cause. Oh, look, these people, like, you know, were fighting to protect their land. We can't have that. You know? No, I mean, they've only been here for hundreds of years. We just arrived. We should totally, like, take it over. You know, totally, yeah. And then we'll do our thing, and we'll call it, you know, the American way. Yeah, totally. I mean, holy crap. And everybody's like, oh, you must be so woke. You're so woke. You know, hey man, I'm calling it how it is. You know, I'm just saying. You can't change it. And, you know, I don't believe in, you know, whitewashing anything or changing, like, taking down statues or buildings. What good is that? If anything, it should inspire you not to be that way, right? So I definitely don't believe in, like, taking down the, you know, Grant statue or, oh my God, he represented this or that. If anything, that should be a reason to understand the history, you know, good and bad. You have to understand bad things so you understand history, so you don't repeat it, you know. So, but a lot of people are like, oh, you know, it's the cancel culture. Why cancel anything? Shouldn't cancel anything. If anything, you should keep it there. Why? So people can learn from it. But hey, man, don't teach people about this either or that either, because that's bad stuff. That doesn't align with our agenda and or this and that. I mean, hey, man, knowledge is power. And when you start, enabling people to think for themselves, well, that's a dangerous combination. Don't think for yourselves. We'll think for you. Don't worry, it's fake news. Jeez, I wonder where that one was used at too. Jeez, I think the Nazis took over, the papers and all the news outlets, and I remember, my grandfather talking to me about the night of the burnings, the book burnings. Yeah, that didn't happen, right? People make me sick. make me sick. Fake news. It's fake news. Yeah, the world is fake. I know how many women are walking around with makeup, fake tits, fake ass. That's fake. Shit. If I hear somebody's opinion, you know, at least be honest about it. I might not like it, but at least I'll respect it. You know, I hang out with real. That's what I do. But crazy to me, man. But yeah, I don't conform. So if you were hoping to hear some dumb shit here, sorry about it. Yeah. I did support Trump the first term. Totally. And the only reason being because I could not vote for a woman. Well, I'm conservative too. I was a registered Republican for 20 years. But I was about to vote for a woman who stayed with a man who publicly humiliated her just for political gain. It wasn't going to happen, Hillary. I'm sorry. It was not going to happen. You know? You know, it was not going to happen. You know, maybe if you left Bill and actually been, you know, a person of, you know, integrity, you know, and self-respect, man, maybe I could, maybe. Not, I can't rewind time to say for sure, but, you know, I just had a problem voting for a woman who only stayed with her husband for political gain. I'm just gonna say it. That's how I saw it.
Enough.
So no, I'm definitely not a person who's going. But at least I had the right to vote, which, you know, at one time in history, a lot of people did not have that right, right? You know, but you know, hey man, there's no such thing as gerrymandering, and you know, all of our politicians are lobbied in this country. Does anybody ever find that just to be repulsive? I mean, how can you literally call it a democratic process when your politicians are sponsored by corporations? That one's new to me, man. You know, I don't know. You know, everybody's got, you know, they, instead of, you know how NASCAR drivers have sponsors on their jackets? Well, fuck, I mean, every politician should have that on their fucking suit jacket before they even cast a fucking vote. Pieces of shit. I don't like any politician. I'm apolitical. I don't give a fuck what party you represent. You're all pieces of shit, in my opinion. You scumbags. Well, yeah, there you go. I mean, there's no reason. It doesn't matter. We need to start somewhere. You have to have that. You have to have the democratic process. It's not perfect. It's not. It needs to be changed. There needs to be a lot of changes. But at least you have it. It's better than somebody telling you what's going to go down. What would you rather have? A bunch of fucking corrupted assholes or one corrupted asshole telling everybody? You know? Pick your poison. But either way, it's not good. So my whole thing about it is like, fuck it, man. We got to do something, man.
Yeah.
We have to start doing something different. Because if we don't, we'll lose democracy. And we should never do that. Ever. You know? There's never a justification to question a democratic process. You know, can it be improved? There should be another way to put it. You know, this might not have gone the way we wanted. You don't question the democratic process. You say there's ways to improve the democratic process. You know, there's definitely ways, you know, to put a negative spin on everything without reinforcing positive possible solutions is what's getting us here. And it's been repeated and it's been done time and time and time and time again. And it's like, oh my God. But yeah, so people might not like this, and if you don't, hey, whatever. But I'm just gonna say it, but ain't one person, not you, not this person, not that person, gonna tell me that Trump did not use rhetoric from Mein Kampf. I'm gonna call you a fucking liar. I'll pull out that shit and I'll put a middle finger to your face every goddamn day of the week. He crossed the line with me. So if you're cool with it and you want to go ahead and support a piece of shit who uses material from Hitler, well, hey man, more power to you there, you piece of shit. Go ahead. Every day. But I won't. I never will. Never. It's never gonna happen. Never. Never. I would, I mean, it might pain me to vote for a person that I wouldn't typically support, but I'm not supporting somebody who went there. That gets a reject card every day of the week. Because it doesn't matter how many principles I aligned with you on. It doesn't matter. You use a tactic that is very dangerous. It's a weapon itself. You don't need a gun. You don't need a knife. You don't need, whatever. You used words. And words are always the start to a conflict. Right? It's the words that ignite the conflict, not the weapon. Right? And boy, Donald Trump really knows how to fire his fan base up, doesn't he? Oh my God. You guys can't even see the writing on the wall. So, nope. Not going to do it. And then, we've got problems everywhere in the world. There's a war being waged. I'm against the war because I just feel like every country has a right to its own, political process, And if people don't like it there, they should be able to, migrate elsewhere. I don't believe people should be held against their will, nor do I feel like another country needs to be, forced to adapt or adopt another culture's, mentality. Because I raise daughters. Now, my daughters are raised with Deutsch values. So they don't look for providers, they look for partners. And in this culture, we have, raised girls to be like, you need to find a provider. You need to find a provider. Well, now you have divorce rates at all-time highs. You have the younger generation products of broken marriages. They don't want to get married. Why? Because what dude wants to get married knowing if he comes under hard times that his wife's going to leave him? Right? Because she was conditioned to be like, if he ain't bringing nothing to the table, he's worthless. That's good to know. That she never loved you. She loved what you did for her. But she never loved you, because real love is honoring the vows. I don't know, for better or for worse. In sickness and in health. So long as you both shall live. What happened to that? Oh, that's right. The Western culture ripped it apart. Get your money, girl. Get you, girl. You do you. You do you. Yeah. Good to know. Good to know. And then I spent years as a boy toy. Never had a problem getting a piece of ass because, the girls were just, when they're here to find out, some of them had husbands. I'm like, what? Yeah. But they didn't want to leave their husbands because that was their financial security. So you can even give the woman financial security, but she'll scratch the itch somewhere else. Believe that shit. They're just better cheaters than men. Because men make it habitual and women will just make it that one-time thing that never happened. It's don't talk about that. Yep. Good to know. Yeah. What has happened to the world today? Well, everybody wants to shift the blame. It's funny because it's not, people that disappoint us. It's our expectations of them that disappoint us. Because we have the expectation that they should. We have the expectation that they will. We have the expectation that it will be this way or it should be that way. When's the last time we actually talked to the person or accepted what they bring to our lives? Yeah. Yeah, great. I'm a believer. I'm sold. And what about the economy, guys? Well, I warned you guys what was going to happen a couple years ago. It's all playing out. Because you guys, a lot, well, not you specifically, maybe, but this culture is very arrogant. Look, I have this fancy piece of paper. I'm certified, so I am a professional. I don't know shit. You know, it's funny because my family ruled for 1,000 years. And you know more than me when it comes to this? Okay. Good luck with that. Good luck. We'll see how it plays out. We have to learn the hard way. That's the human nature. So, yeah, do you hate me? Maybe. Don't like what I'm saying? Yeah, I can understand. It can fish you. Doesn't matter. You can't change it. It is what it is. And who knows? Maybe you guys will get Trump back and maybe things will change.
Afraid
Change
of
isn't
a
always for the
little
better.
bad luck? Don't do that again. Don't do that. You stand on your grave. How dare you? The earth trembles at my touch. I'll just
Good.
heal.
Get me out of that. Shit.
Obey.
So I put a picture up so you guys would see me what I look like in Royal Blues. Those are Royal Blues. Not that I have them, but at least you guys could reference pictures from my family. Can't get around it. Anyways, I wish you all the best. I really do. Y'all will be in my prayers, and I thank you for the support throughout all of the years. And like I always say, God, I hope I'm wrong.